Hello and welcome everybody to episode 3 of our podcast, Rammel and the BoeGod. My name is John Rammel.
And I'm Robert Poe, a.k.a. the BoeGod.
The BoeGod.
Not the BoeGod. The.
Oh, the.
You don't want to confuse me with
There's
other
a difference?
BoeGods. Because people hear the BoeGod and they're like, well, okay, which one? But if it's the, that's the OG.
Oh, well, we need to correct that. I think I have it written wrong.
Oh, no.
I'm posting them as the BoeGod.
Oh, damn.
I know, right?
People are going to be confused. They're like, which one? Which one?
I think it was Alfonso that did that one. He's the one who posts all this shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, fire him, dude.
I know, right?
Have Rolando do it.
I know, Rolando.
We already got him doing
Rolando
5 things.
Fuck that shit up. He does really good. Yeah. Fucking anyway.
We should have Rolando
Anyway,
do
what are we doing today? We are discussing. We watched.
Oh my god.
Here we are. My beloved Batman. I love Batman so much. We watched Batman and Robin. Circa 1997.
It was rough too.
It was awful. It was so bad. Yeah, and I'm kind of afraid and ashamed to admit this, but I actually was excited for that movie when I was 12 or how old?
I loved Batman back then.
Batman Forever came out and I was sad, like everybody else was. Michael Keaton was gone.
Yeah.
But I actually was still in the hype train of Batman. So when they were like Batman and Robin, I was like, yeah. Yeah. It's not the same as an adult. It even broke me as a kid. I was like, really?
Yeah.
It was not good. Yeah. I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah. I remember watching it on like HBO in the late 90s or whatever.
Yeah.
And I can remember the exact moment I turned it off.
Oh, really?
Was when Batman whipped out his credit card. He was like, I never leave the cave without it. And it's got a little bat symbol on it. I was just like, click. I've had enough of this. Even back then.
Right. No, I don't know. It was really bad.
Because Batman Forever was kind of goofy.
Yeah.
But it was still kind of, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did.
But this movie is just, it takes the goofiness and the cheesiness and it just dials it up to 11.
Yeah, and coming back to it, all these years later, you turned it on. I just was like, when did it become this?
Yeah.
Like, what?
It was like a 10-year-old wrote it or something.
Yeah, it was. And okay, so you turn it on. And I swear for the first half an hour of the movie, and I was paying attention. Like, but I was. I think there were 2. I should have counted. But I would have had to rewind it, and I wasn't going to subject myself to that. But there was like 2 or 3 lines of dialogue that mattered.
Yeah.
Like actually were telling you something. Other than that, the first half an hour was one-liner after one-liner after one-liner.
I was like, these lines are so bad. I'm going to write down every bad line.
No.
And I'd realize I'd be writing the whole damn script.
I know.
So I was like, I give up.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was, I was just like, oh my God. And every time somebody opened their mouth, it was some type of, I don't care if it was Arnold or Batman or everybody. It was some quippy one-liner that was not clever or good.
I was just gritting my teeth, like cringing, like, oh my God. Like 5 minutes in, the first line is like, Robin's like, I want a car. Chicks dig the car.
I know.
And I looked at my watch like, how long is this movie? And I looked at the runtime and it was 2 hours.
Yep.
I was like, oh my God. I gotta like take my eyes open.
Yeah. Yep. It was super. I don't know. It was so bad.
It was. God, it was painful. This is the most painful movie we've watched so far.
Yes. I did. Yeah. I know. I took two different. And I mean, when I say I took a break, I like stopped it and I had to go make food and come back to it later. And then it was going on a little bit longer, and I stopped it, and I went and got in the shower. I was like, it made me feel dirty. I needed a shower halfway through this movie. It was that bad.
I had to stop it every 15 minutes. Like, all right, I'm going to go clean or something.
Yes.
Come back to it.
No, it was, yeah.
It took me like all damn day to watch this movie.
Well, I was, unfortunately, I'm stuck with the kids, so I'm like,
Yeah.
it's I don't exactly have all day. It's like all day I'm doing something here and there, and then I'm like, well, it's the evening night time now, and I'm like, oh no, I'm stuck, and I have a time limit here. I have to get this done tonight. You know, it's like I got shit to do tomorrow.
And I kept putting it off.
Yeah, it was. Oh.
And it was like late last night. I was like, God, I got an hour left of this movie. I got to do it.
I watched it last night too. Oh my gosh. Got off work, came home, and I was like, oh, I guess this is happening, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all bad. But
did you watch it on HBO Max? That's where I watched it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I was like, I hope it's on HBO Max because
It
I
better
have that.
be. Yeah. The one good thing I can say about this movie, I didn't have to spend money on it this week. I have been paying for all this other garbage we've been watching.
That's what I was like. Oh, don't tell me I have to subscribe to another website.
I know.
And then forget to unsubscribe, and then I got like 5 things I'm subscribed to.
Well, it might, in the long run, it might pay off with the. Not pay off, but you'll at least end up using them maybe because of the podcast that we're going to keep forcing ourselves to watch this terrible stuff.
We got to watch a good movie next week.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
This one was pretty rough.
It was awful.
I was like, man.
It was really bad. Oh my gosh. So what I'm trying to think what happens right off the bat. It's just so bad.
Well, they start suiting up. I remember that part. And there's like one too many butt and crotch shots for my liking. I mean, I'm a hetero guy.
I know, whatever.
I'm comfortable with that. It doesn't bother me.
Well,
but I was like, do we really need butt shots?
You know what I noticed right off the bat? Everybody gets nipples.
Yeah.
It's not just Batman and Robin. Like, Mr. Freeze got them. Did you notice that? Like, he's got the big, like these big circular blue things right on his chest with little. I was like, really? I was like, he got a big bulky mechanical suit, but it somehow found a way to include the nipples. I was like, oh man.
I'm surprised Alfred didn't have nipples on his tuxedo.
I know. And, I'm going to jump forward to the end of the movie here. It doesn't really matter. But you're talking about a suit-up scene, and I thought, and you always hear people talk about Batman and Robin in the almost like it. Oh my God, it was like homoerotic because it's got like the close up on the butt and the close up on basically the cod piece and the close up on everything, and everybody's like, oh, it's so homoerotic. But when you get to the end of the movie and it does the suit up for Batgirl, that's just as egregious. Yeah. She gets the full on nipples and. She gets a full, what is it, like an underboob corset with like these weird little like panty looking things on the outside of her bat suit. I'm like, what is this?
I'm like, wait a minute, isn't this for kids?
No, yeah, it's the most retarded thing you've ever seen. Yeah. Sorry, the R word, but I just broke the PC.
Oh, no. Already, dude.
I know. I'll get to
this
that.
This is a record, I think.
Get to that too. But yeah, right. Broke it too soon. But it was like, so I can't be like, well, this is like seeing her. It's like, no, it's just that's just what it is, I guess. And I think the least sexual, and it sounds crazy, but the least sexualized costume in the whole thing was probably Poison Ivy, who's wearing spandex.
Yeah, but everything's covered.
I know, even though it's like it's very skin tight.
Yeah,
we'll get to her too. By the way, I have some. Anyway, I have some things. No, that's probably anyway. So where are we at?
So the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, the beginning and his nipples. Oh, and these people come out, and the first thing I think of. Like, well, I don't know. I'm at least jumping forward to the henchmen that come out. Oh, everything's frozen, and the henchmen come out, and they all come like
skating
down. But I immediately noticed right off the bat that they're not. It's ice but the ice is like plastic. None of them are wearing ice skates. They're all wearing rollerblades.
I noticed that.
And all I could think of was you, because because like what?
Dude, I loved rollerblading, dude. Everyone made fun of me for that.
I know you and your what was
that
it? Fruit
guy?
booting.
Fruit booting.
I was like, oh, this reminds me of Bobby when we were kids.
I should pick that back up.
And I know, but then it made it so now my attention is drawn to these rollerblades, so when Batman and Robin fall down and like
they click
their heels together, and these ice skates come out, I was like, wait a second, like why are they wearing? No one else is wearing ice skates, and the very next shot, they're up there skating around with everybody else, and if you pay attention, they're in rollerblades.
Oh my god.
So the ice skates were only for the close-up, and for some reason my attention was so I don't know.
Who installs ice skates in the bat suit? Like,
I guess
you never know. There might be ice. You got to plan ahead, guys.
I know. Yeah, because they were, just like he never leaves home without the credit card.
That's true. Like, wow. What else is in that bat suit that we don't know about?
Yeah. I don't.
Is there a jetpack too somewhere?
Well, if he needs it. They had lasers. Those little laser guns, like, yeah.
So what'd you think of the Batmobile? Oh. That thing was lit up. That thing was lit up more than my gaming PC.
There was so much disco going on. And
all these lights flashing. I'm like, what the hell?
That is like every...
RGB.
It looks like every YouTuber's bedroom right now.
Dude, yes. Yeah, we need more lights.
No.
We need LEDs all over the place. In fact, we should have LEDs just all over us.
I went out of my way. I had to go to... I have a mechanical keyboard, and I went out of my way to find one that wasn't RGB.
Oh, dude.
Like, they're all these, like, neon disco... Yeah, it was. I literally. Here's the sad thing. I could have got one of those disco RGB ones for cheaper.
Why didn't you, dude?
Because I didn't want the disco on my keyboard.
Man.
I found one that was like mechanical keyboard with just white light illuminating the keys. I was like, oh! I got so excited.
That's kind of cool.
Well, it's amazingly cool.
It is nice because when you're gaming at night, you can see what you're hitting when everything's lit up.
With what, the RGB?
Yeah. Oh my god. Dude, my PC is like lit up like a Christmas tree. My keyboard's lit up. My mouse is lit up. Like everything's it's glowing. It's like looks like Chernobyl in there.
Oh my god.
Glowing.
Do you have it all in all different colors?
Yeah.
You're like your ASW.
My WASD keys are red and the rest are green.
Okay. So you can just grab them and go.
Yeah, so I can just see it real quick. Totes.
Set up some different profiles for like different games. So I need these buttons for Doom. And did you ever play Doom?
I still haven't played
You
Doom.
big loser.
See, I'm not even a gamer, dude. I'm just a big fraud. I don't watch movies. I don't play video games.
What do you even play?
I play World of Warcraft.
Are you serious?
Dude,
it still exists in 2021?
It does.
Oh my god.
It's not quite as good as it used to be. But I still play from time to time. But I mostly play Call of Duty Warzone. Hit me up, any Warzone players. Guess what my gamer tag is? You'll never guess.
Funny. Warzone. Never played it.
Dude, it's free.
I know. I've never played it though. Fortnite.
Fortnite. And I just do the dances. That's all.
I know.
That's all I care about.
I'm kidding. I actually do have Fortnite, and I have played it some with Balin, but it's not.
It's a little too cartoony.
Yeah.
For me.
I don't know.
But yeah.
I almost won once.
Nice.
Me and Balin came in second place. We did like the 2-player team.
Oh, sweet.
And we came in second place. I was so sad.
Yeah, I hate
it was
that.
like the level was like shrinking around us, and I was like hiding in a bush, and somebody just shot me. I was like, man, I thought I was doing so good.
I've come in second so many times. It is so frustrating.
I'm not the best. I'm not the best gamer. Just watch my
Do you like first?
Watch Game Night, and you'll know immediately what kind of gamer I am. That's not fair. There's some games where I really sunk a lot of hours into, and I got actually pretty darn good at. But for the most part, I'm average at best.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know.
The game I was best at. Use English. The game I was the best at was Halo 2. Dude, I
really?
played that all day long like it was a job.
Really?
Yes.
Oh no! See, one was where it was at. Give me a pistol, put me in Halo 1, and it's
Nice.
it's not fun for you.
Yeah,
Like,
that pistol's badass.
You remember Grant?
Yes.
He was the pistol master.
he
Like
was.
you got him in a game, and it was just like bam, you were done. And it was so. In order to compete with him, I sunk so many hours into practice with that pistol. And like sometimes, like nowadays, I haven't played it in so many years. It takes me like at first I look like a fool for like 3 rounds because I'm like trying to get back into the swing of things. Yeah. But give me a few rounds and get my groove with that pistol, and it's
on, baby.
Yeah,
You can kill someone in like 3 shots with that damn thing.
3 shots if it's a headshot, 4 if it's not.
Oh, okay.
2 shots get rid of their shields, and then 2 body shots will kill them, or 1 headshot will kill them. So it's either pop 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 or pop 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 pop, and you're done. Yeah. And it's like,
yeah. I want to play some Halo for game night. We got to hook that up.
Yep. We'll alternate Halo 1 and Halo 2.
Maybe we could like play online.
I don't know. Yeah, but then you wouldn't be here.
Well, yeah, true.
Do you have the Master Chief Collection?
I do.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, we could play online here maybe somehow. I don't know. That might get a little complicated.
Play online here? Why? How? We could, if we were here, we could just play on the Xbox now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just slaughter you.
With the pistol.
With the pistol on Halo 1. Don't make me play any other game.
I'll just camp with the shotgun.
Actually, if it's Halo 2, I don't know if I'm still any good at it, but if it was Halo 2, I immediately switched to the battle rifle because it was like the closest thing to the pistol.
Yeah.
But because it had it was just the closest thing to the pistol.
Good.
And I would forfeit dual wielding all day long. I never was a dual wielder in Halo.
Yeah, really.
As sad as people were to see it go.
Yeah.
But they took my grenades away, so I didn't like it.
Bastards.
Like you can't, throw grenades when you're... Anyway.
Yeah.
We're off topic.
This is
again.
a Halo review.
Yeah, I know.
You know what would be funny is if every review we just started talking about Star Wars 5 minutes in and we never stopped. We're like, all right, guys, today we're doing Terminator 2, and we're like, what if the Trade Federation droids were Terminators, dude? And then we just talk about Star Wars the rest of the time.
Oh my God.
Like, well, that's our review of Terminator 2. Not quite as good as Star Wars. Like every review would just be that.
Not quite as good as Star Wars. We're Star Wars fanboys now. When did that happen?
No, I just think it'd be funny if every.
Oh, okay, all right. I love Star Wars. It's like my favorite franchise of all time.
I thought it was Harry Potter.
I know. Oh boy. So
I guess we should get back to the.
Yeah. Although you forget just how much of a franchise this was supposed to be. Yeah. Like as I'm watching it and I'm going, oh yeah, like Alfred. Mm-hmm. He's the Alfred, like OG Alfred from 1980, whatever,
88, 89, I think.
Yeah,
89.
Yeah, from like Batman, like the good Batman.
The good one.
I'm like, oh yeah, OG Alfred's in it, and you're like, well, yeah, that's just because he's a good actor or something, And then Commissioner Gordon pops up, and I'm like, wait a second, that's Commissioner Gordon, like that's the OG. I'm like, this really is supposed to live in the same universe as Michael Keaton's Batman, and it just
doesn't feel like
no, it doesn't work. It's definitely not the MCU.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. No, it was But
yeah.
So
but I noticed like when I was watching the beginning, like they suit up. It takes forever to suit up, and in their car, the Batmobile's like slowly coming up. I'm like, who would call these guys when they're in trouble? It would take them an hour to get there. Like, the bat signal. They suit up, then have to sit there and wait for their car to go. I'm like, dude, just call the cops.
Yeah.
Just the Batman's never gonna get here on time.
I
Just
want a
call
car.
the police.
Chicks dig the car.
Oh my god.
And then, and I'm in my mind, the second he's like, I want a car. In my mind, I'm going, no, the motorcycle.
Yeah,
Give me the motorcycle.
I love that motorcycle.
I would so much rather have the motorcycle.
So chicks don't dig motorcycles?
Yeah,
Is that what
since when?
Robin's trying to say?
Since when?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, a motorcycle is a little bit more badass than a car.
Right.
Batman's probably got like an airbag in it and everything.
Oh gosh, Mr. Freeze has got his. Well, first off, he's got the one-liners, and his are the best. But he's got his diamond. Yeah. Holy crap! The big plastic diamond.
That whole
And he's freezing everything, and it's just the most generic plastic.
I know.
Plastic ice you've ever seen in your life. The special effects, I forget. This movie was like $135 million budget.
You really couldn't tell.
Where did the money go?
To George Clooney. That's where it all went.
Oh my god! Why? He wasn't even that big at the time. What had he done? ER? He wasn't what he would become. I don't think he was becoming big. He was like, this was like right on his upward trajectory, but I don't think he was like George Clooney yet.
Yeah, this is
he was still the ER guy.
This is the movie that really made him a star.
Oh yeah,
this really showed what George Clooney can do. This is what propelled him to start.
This is the movie he's lucky didn't tank his whole career. Jeez.
So yeah, the museum scene.
The what? Yeah.
It just turns to like Disney on Ice.
And then we get into the rocket.
Yeah. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Who has a rocket as a getaway vehicle? Could you imagine, like, all right, we're going to be robbing this bank. You guys take the guards in the front. We're going to go in the back. And they're like, okay, what's our getaway plan? It's like, dude, hear me out. I brought along a rocket ship, dude. All right? Okay? And we're just going to go bam right into space, dude. Wow, that's a brilliant idea.
That's what I like it.
We're not going to go down through the sewers or a helicopter or something? No, dude.
No.
Rocket.
No. Rocket. Straight off into space, bro. Straight.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Best getaway vehicle ever.
And it goes... another thing, it goes on entirely too long. It lasts. They get there, and then there's like I don't know. It just kept going, and then they go up. They do the Disney on Ice, and they get in the rocket, and they go up there, and they do all that. First off, and I kept catching like really bad things, like they're stuck in there and they're getting ready to jump out, and they're like, all right, and he's like, pull the emergency exit, and Robin immediately turns around and is like, surf's up, and I'm like, wait, how do you know the door's gonna break off?
Yeah,
in like surfboard fashion. Have you been in this rocket before?
He's basically a rocket scientist. He probably designed this rocket himself.
And then they get off, and I'm like, because that in my mind, I never would have thought, well, I can surf on this, and it's real Power Rangers-esque. Do you remember? Yeah.
They like the Silver Surfer coming down out of the sky, like.
Looks like Tommy from Power Rangers, the movie, when he skydives with the surfboard.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Snowboard, I think it was. Either way. Yeah, good movie. We should review the Power Rangers.
Yes. I'm all for that. I was big into the Power Rangers back in the day.
I was Tommy with the hair.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I was the only one with the ponytail. I remember when Chris Beale wanted to say like the Green Ranger or something, and I was like, nah, brah.
Yeah. Sorry, you don't have a ponytail,
dude. That's funny. Yeah.
I did have a crush on the Pink Ranger, though, I have to say.
Oh yeah, she was pretty cute.
Yeah. But anyway. Okay, and then what happened?
Did you know that in the original Japanese version, the Yellow Ranger was a boy?
Really?
Yeah. That's why he doesn't have a skirt.
Wow.
Like, how the girl's the Yellow Ranger?
Yeah.
But if you look at them when they're morphed into Power Rangers, the only one that gets a skirt is the Pink Ranger.
I never noticed.
That's because if you watch the original Japanese version, the Yellow Ranger's a boy.
dude.
Anyway, that was just your fun fact for the day.
I just thought she was maybe kind of tomboyish. And
Nope.
didn't want to wear a
Nope.
skirt.
That was a legit boy.
Wow.
In the yeah.
Wow.
No offense to Japanese people and their lack of being able to tell which one's a dude and not. See, now, if they were Americans, the dudes would be jacked up on so many steroids, you would have known instantly through that lycra. That those the quads would have been popping.
They would have had nipples.
Oh, man.
God, dude.
So, anyway, so they get off of this thing. And I thought, it's almost over, right? You know, they're coming down on their little surfboards or whatever, and they hit the ground. And as soon as we get down to the ground, the chase starts again. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me!
Yeah.
Like, this is not still going.
Ah, Jesus.
Yeah, it was so bad.
Is this the same chase where Batman shuts down Robin's motorcycle, or does that happen later?
No. That's later.
Because there's so many
like
chase scenes.
Yeah.
I'm like, which chase scene are we talking about?
Yep.
And then we go to. Is this where Poison Ivy comes into the scene?
Well, after what happens, they get done with the chase scene. They go back home-ish. He goes, where does he? Mr. Freeze leaves. Yeah, I think that's when we get introduced to Poison Ivy. And I'm going to say this, and I know you're going to, maybe you'll agree, disagree. I remember as a kid not liking Poison Ivy for some reason.
Yeah.
I never liked like Jim Carrey either in Batman
the
Forever.
Riddler.
Yeah. And I remember not liking Uma Thurman in this. And coming back to it as a full-grown adult, I can say unironically, I enjoyed her performance a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it was the only part of the entire movie that I genuinely, like the second she came out and started doing what she was doing, I was like, okay, all right. Like the movie's so bad, and George Clooney looks like he's just miserable doing this. Everybody looks just, it's just they either look miserable or their acting is so bad. And it was like Uma walked in, saw the ridiculous sets, and this is my costume and this is the plastic set you put me on. She's like, oh, this is the movie we're making.
Yeah.
And she just looks like she's having so like
she's in on the joke, you know? She's just
like her
oh,
weird little the way she juts out her jaw and she's like almost spitting and drooling on herself. And she's like, well, then I forget what she says to that doctor. You won't be able to get a job teaching high school chemistry. And she's like got almost like a lisp. And she's just, I was like, I like this for some strange reason. I was like, I'm really enjoying her. The way she was playing it, I was like, this is fun. This is the most fun I had with the movie. Was anytime she came on screen, I was like, I like you. I really do.
It's funny because the bad guys, as goofy as this movie is, the bad guys have actual motivations. You understand why they're doing what they're doing. Poison Ivy wants to save the planet, Mother Nature. Mr. Freeze wants to save his wife. Okay. I'm on board with this. I get their motivations. It's stupid, but I get it.
Stupid. Hers was pretty dumb. I mean, I want to say
she's like
when she shows up at the bat ball or whatever, not bat, the Wayne ball or observatory thing, and he's like, you want to. He's like, hundreds of millions of people will die. She's like, small price to pay. And I'm like, wait a second. Wait a second.
And I like how she just walks up.
You don't sound very noble.
She just like walks up to Bruce Wayne and there's like 5 cops like, miss, you gotta stop, miss. Dude, if this was 2021, those cops would have stunned her and shot her dog. I'm like, that's not how cops act nowadays. Miss, can you stop? Please, you gotta stop.
I know. Well, and then she hands this big thing to Bruce, and instead of just like tossing it off to the side, he's actually like, and he's like lifting up the pages, going through it like, well, I'm seeing here that you want to produce blah blah blah, no diesel fuel, and I'm like, really?
He's really giving time to this crazy man. Like, well, let me hear this woman out.
Let me just leaf through this. Yeah, well, it is Bruce Wayne. He's such a noble man.
He is. He's just. But I love that mad scientist. He's like talking to like world leaders, and they're called the Ununited Nations. I'm like, are you serious, dude?
And I'm thinking, when he's talking to him, maybe I wasn't paying attention. Maybe it showed him right off the bat. But I'm thinking, as he's talking, I thought he was talking to like a TV screen or something. And then it pans up and they're just standing in the cave with him. I'm like, wait a second. You guys all came down to South America?
They're like the axis of evil. Like, ooh, let's see what this guy can do. Like, North Korea is there.
We would have had a video conference back in the 80s, I feel like. You know, this is almost year 2000, and they're just chilling in the cave. No. I was like, this is so stupid.
But
Bane in his balloon suit.
Oh, my God. But that's Mad Scientist has the best line in the entire movie.
Ooh. What?
Oh, my God. I loved it. You know, when he's talking to Poison Ivy, he's like, you should join me and we can take over the world. And she's like, I'm not joining you. You're a freaking psycho. He was like, well, I respect your opinion.
Oh, yeah?
Unfortunately, I'm not very good at rejection. I'm afraid you'll have to die. I had to rewind that and watch it again. It was so good.
I'm not good
at rejection.
Yeah. Well, and then he knocks her over a table and he's just like,
yep.
And I'm like, wait, well, you're just going to leave it at that. But then, in all fairness, she does kind of melt into the ground. But at first, he just like stops attacking her, and I'm like, wait, what? We're done here.
Yeah,
this is it.
That's it.
And that's when she melts, and I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
But she was crawling with snakes. I don't know if I'd want to be in on that either.
Yeah. But then she like rises back up.
Yeah. Without the lisp, and suddenly she has an accent. Like her whole means of talking changes.
Everything changed.
And which in a better movie would have broken the performance. Like you don't like. Okay, I could see a change in personality, or a change in this, or a change in that. But it's like her whole face, the way everything changed on a dime. And now suddenly she has this real weird accent, and I'm just like I said, in a lesser movie that would have broken the movie for me, but in this it was just that another reason why I was like, this is why I'm enjoying Uma. Like because she understood. She walked in there and was like, oh, this movie sucks. Yeah. Okay,
I'm just gonna play this up.
That's like
what it is.
Yeah, it's like oh gosh, it's like when you put Michael Sheen. You ever seen Michael Sheen in a bad movie? You know who Michael Sheen is?
Who is that? What was he in that I would have seen? Because I don't watch movies.
Did you ever see a vampire movie with the girl with the guns, and it was like the vampires and werewolves fighting?
Underworld?
Yes. He was Lucian, like the head of the werewolves.
Oh, okay.
That's Michael Sheen.
Dude, yeah.
And he does he can do serious dramas. He does everything in between. He is an absolutely phenomenal actor.
Nice.
And ironically enough, he was in one of the Twilight movies. He's like, I've never seen the whole movie, but
wow.
I saw it was on TV at work, I want to say, and I was like, he's like the leader, like the head vampire, like I don't know, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, but some Jennifer will be like, actually, Michael Sheen was the second in command. I don't know, but like the movie's so bad, and I'm at work and he pops up on screen. I'm like, oh, he's such a good actor. What's he doing in this terrible movie? And he just leans. It's like he's aware, like, oh, this is garbage. So he just takes it as like, I guess I can do whatever I want. And he leans into it. And I was like, wow, it's like this is probably the best part of this whole movie is watching Michael Sheen just go nuts with it because he was having a good time. Like, fuck it.
As an actor, that'd actually be kind of fun. Just to goof off and be like, hey, this is just a fun time. I'm getting paid to do it.
Well, clearly nothing matters in this movie, so my performance can be whatever I want it to be in the moment.
You can just ham it up, dude.
Yeah. And that's what it felt like. She was really like, oh, okay, I can just kind of take this to any place I want. Yeah. I don't know. I enjoyed watching Uma. As bad as the movie was, I really enjoyed watching Uma Thurman.
She looked like she was having fun. Mm-hmm. Her character, she just wants to wipe out all the humans.
And her lines were just okay. Then her lines were just as bad as everybody else's, and just is horrible and cringe-inducing and painful to listen to. But for some reason, I didn't mind so much with her.
She kind of, like, you know who Greta Thunberg is? That little child activist, environmental activist.
My God.
I was like, this is going to be Greta when she grows up. Wipe out all the humans to save the planet.
Yeah, probably. Jeez. Okay. Where are we at here?
And then...
I know, right? And then...
So she rises up like the phoenix.
Kills her.
And she's like, my skin's chlorophyll. And I'm like, dude, if your skin was chlorophyll, you look like Kermit the Frog right now, dude.
Yeah, well... She
Her
watches
skin would
that
be
dude
so
create... Yeah. She watches that dude create Bane, right?
Yeah.
And then Bane, like, breaks his chains and kills everybody. And then the other guy goes in, whatever, the mad scientist, and kills her. And she rises up. And the first thing she does is, Bane, darling. And I'm like, really? Like,
yeah, they're just best
like,
friends.
he's just going to help you like that after
Yeah.
you just watched him go straight. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You'd think it'd just be a maniacal, berserking beast.
And he immediately goes to hell. I'm like, oh my God, this is so bad.
Maybe he's an environmentalist too.
Yeah, he
so
might.
He's like, you know what? I'm going to join you. This is a good cause.
So bad.
Bane wants to save the environment.
In his balloons. Poor Bane. Looking like a luchador or something. Is that what those are?
Yeah, the Mexican wrestlers.
yeah.
Yes.
That was his, like,
Yes.
luchador mask and his... No.
Rey Mysterio.
As much as... I don't know. That's why, this movie broke Bane for me to the point where when Christopher Nolan was like, and Bane, I was like, oh no.
Oh, not Bane.
Oh no. Like, I was so scared for
Yeah.
the Dark Knight Rises because of this portrayal of Bane. And as much as, whether you love Tom Hardy or not, his Bane, I do. I loved it.
Yeah, it was great.
Everyone complains about that voice. I thought the voice was phenomenal. I didn't have a problem
with it.
ridiculous, but I loved it. I don't know. It was so good to me.
It was unique.
But I don't think he's another kind of actor. I don't think he could ever do a bad thing. Well, he probably could, but I've thoroughly enjoyed everything I've ever seen him in.
Yeah, me too.
Mad Max was just like God tier movie. Even Venom, which is not a great movie.
You know what? I haven't seen that yet. Oh. And I used to love Venom as a kid.
It's not a great movie, but I own it, and I will. The kids will be like, "Can we watch Venom?" I'll be like, "You know what? Yeah, we can," because like it's the most run of the mill. Nothing special about this superhero, anti-hero Venom.
Yeah.
There's the end fight scene is just like a big CG symbiote fighting a big CG symbiote, kind of like when they make Hulk fight Abomination, or actually it was like, people like to be like, Marvel's so much better than everybody else, but if you think about it, Marvel did the same thing for like 15 years. It was like, oh, Iron Man versus Whiplash, and Hulk versus Abomination, and it was always Black Panther versus whatever that other Killmonger, and they're just two people both in Black Panther suits. Anyway, it was basic. So it's the same darn thing. Anyway, it's nothing special about this movie, but Tom Hardy just being the best. Oh my gosh, he gets infected with the symbiote. And just amazing, like, because he's fighting with himself the whole time, and he's talking to himself, and he does his voice and the voice of Venom, who he hears in his head, and he'll just be walking down the street, and Venom will start talking, and he's like, like reacting to this voice that he can hear that nobody else can hear, and people are just looking at him like he's psychotic, going, it's the best. Just watching.
I gotta see it.
Just watching Tom Hardy pretend to hear voices in his head while. Oh, it's good. Anyway, enough of that. Tom Hardy's the best. Go check it out.
Yeah. And then...
So Bane's garbage. That's where we were at. Bane sucks.
Bottom line, Bane's garbage.
Yeah. Then what do we get? Do we get... Yeah,
like I took so many breaks during this movie. It's I'll just
This is either the home scene with Mr. Freeze or the home scene with Batman and Robin, where Batman and Robin are having a lover's quarrel or whatever that is. Oh, you never let me do anything, Batman.
Yeah.
Or it's either that or Mr. Freeze making his henchmen sing. It's a white Christmas or whatever that was. He was like,
Robin was so annoying in this movie.
Oh.
He was just all about, like, I want to be on my own. He was like a stupid, like, 15-year-old kid or something.
yeah,
I
well,
want my own bat symbol in the sky.
you know,
And he's always, like, going after women. That's all he cared about was women and being independent.
yeah, yeah. Well, and you know, I will say to that, is that made me actually sad because I was watching it going, you know what? Once again, in a better movie, this could have been awesome. Like, because Batman was being, or Bruce Wayne or whatever, was being really stupid about all, like shutting his bike down. And you can't do this, you can't do that. And he was being extremely overbearing, which he was. And he was really just dicking with Robin. And Robin's being all 12-year-old boy about it. And I'm like, you know what though? Like, he's like, I want my own Robin symbol in the sky. And I'm like, you know what? Now, if this was, we're on movie 4 here.
Yeah.
Because now at this point, you've still got the original Alfred. So technically, we're on movie 4. Had this been done MCU style or just better in the right way, we still had like Michael Keaton rocking Batman, and we had an appropriate Robin, and we had the Batman 2 movies, and then we had Batman and Robin kind of working together in 3 like we did. Batman and Robin working together in this one. I started to go, man, if this was just handled better and we had a better plot thread as to why they're on the outs, it would have been so cool to actually see them like get to, like by the end of the movie, Robin just be like, yeah, I just can't anymore. And then like maybe get on to Batman 5, the 5th movie in the series where Robin's not there anymore, but now we have ourselves a proper like Nightwing. Oh my God. Like it was, you know, granted, this movie was not handled well. It was just garbage. No. But it just kept... I was sad to see him like, yeah, I want my own symbol. And I'm like, yeah, this could have... If it was handled properly, this could have led to Nightwing.
That would have been an interesting story.
We ruined this. You know, they ruined it.
It would kind of deal with, like, what does it mean to be a sidekick?
Yeah.
Should I be my own hero? And, like, why am I listening to this bat dude?
I always thought Nightwing was awesome.
Yeah, he was pretty cool. I really didn't get too into the lore.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about it.
Way better than the Red Hood. No, just kidding. I don't know. People tend to like the Red Hood, actually.
Really?
Yeah. He was another Robin.
Damn, how many Robins were there?
A lot.
Wow.
Like 5 of those dudes.
Holy.
Well, you had Dick Grayson first, and then Jason Todd, and then others. And then there was an actual, what was his name? He had some weird name. Something Wayne. It was actually Bruce Wayne's son that became one of the Robins.
Really?
Like, yeah, what was his name? It was some weird, whatever. Yeah, there was, but that was like the 3rd or 4th one. But the 2 most people talk about are Dick Grayson and Jason Todd because they're the first and the second one.
I've only ever heard of Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson was the first one, and then he grew up and he became Nightwing, and then Jason Todd was the second one after you already have the first ones. We just keep taking children and making them Robin. It's it's almost creepy. But anyway, then you have your Jason Todd, and Jason Todd was the one that got killed by the Joker with a crowbar.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's pretty brutal,
it was a pretty dark comic from what I understand. Damn. I didn't actually read it, but the Joker literally beat Jason Todd to death with a crowbar.
Wow.
And they thought he was dead. He came back like 5 years later as the Red Hood, but
I see.
But he was probably, from what I understand lore wise, he was like the most interesting just because he like Dick Grayson was like an acrobat and his parents were killed. He basically had the same backstory as Batman. And Jason Todd was like some random kid that he found stealing the hubcaps off of the Batmobile. He was like fighting crime and he comes back to the Batmobile and there's this hoodlum just taking the wheels off the Batmobile and he's like, whoop, I'll train you to be Robin.
Did his parents die or anything? I
think something. I don't know. There was some tragic reason as to why he was out stealing.
Yeah, I love how all these heroes have a tragic.
Yeah.
It's like who.
And then he was like, instead of like a can-do attitude like Dick Grayson had, he was just like a real piece of shit. Like,
Wow.
the whole time he had that real kind of a real nasty attitude. He was a little bit of a hoodlum-esque.
Probably because his parents were still alive.
I think they were trying to create a different feel for Robin than just like, oh, we're gonna have a new Robin, but it's not Dick Grayson. Now he acts different, And then he got killed by the Joker with a crowbar. And so when he comes back as Red Hood, now not only was like he a child criminal, not only was he kind of a bad attitude to begin with, then he gets killed with a crowbar. So when he comes back as the Red Hood, he's like ultra. He like was a legit bad guy for a while. Like he wasn't even an anti-hero. He was just came back as a bad guy that Batman had to fight. Of course, he gets his little redemption arc, and then he's the the anti-hero. But that's how every good bad guy is, though. Loki was a bad guy. Now he's an anti-hero because people liked him. So now we're gonna just scoot him over to this side of the line so we don't have to kill him.
That's when you know a villain is good, is when you start to like him. Even though he's a villain, you're still like, I dig this guy. Yeah. I don't like what he does, but I understand his character, and I like it.
Well, but here's my question. Is it the villain that you like, or is it, like, let's say movies, for example. Is it the villain that you like, or is it the actor?
That's true. That's a good question.
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't give one hairy rat's ass about Loki
if it was
ever
by somebody
if it
else.
wasn't Tom Hiddleston being awesome.
That's true.
I think an actor can make or break that role, like George Clooney as like George Clooney as Batman.
Geez.
I don't know,
but all these heroes have a tragic backstory. There's one quote, I forget who said it, but he said, "Show me a hero, and I'll write you a tragedy." That's one of my favorite quotes. I forget who did it, who said it, though. I'll have to look it up afterwards.
Is it were they talking about comic book characters?
No.
I figured that much.
It's some historian, I think. But one of the best lines, this surprised me, actually, because Robin's like, "Man, Batman, you just get off my back, bro. You're just too controlling."
Yeah.
And Batman goes to Alfred, and he's like, "Dude, do I have a stick on my ass?" I'm like, am I really that controlling? And Alfred was like, "Well, your parents were taken by chaos. And so you spent your whole life trying to control that chaos throughout the city, and all that stuff." I'm like, whoa, that was kind of deep.
Yeah.
Like, it came out of nowhere. It just hit me. I was like, whoa, here I am watching this stupid-ass movie with stupid-ass dialogue, and all of a sudden Alfred says this one thing. I'm like, whoa.
That's another thing, is everything he got to say was, like, really good.
Yeah.
Like, he was super deep. Everything he said was real, almost, he was good.
Yeah.
And it was like, were the lines as deep as they were, or is that actor just pulling that off on a level that...
Or did the lines just seem that good?
I think, I know. Because I noticed that too. I was like, wait, when did the writing not suck? Like, suddenly, like, everything he said, I was like, wait, I'm in the wrong movie, right?
I was like, what am I watching?
I know.
It just came out of left field and hit me. I was like, whoa. Crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
So, Mr. Freeze is like trying to gather up diamonds so he can bring his wife back to life, I guess.
What else? I don't even know.
And then
we're just gonna skip through some of this, I think.
That's what I wish I could have done. Just fast forward through this damn movie. I wish I could just download it like in the Matrix, just be like,
oh, I know, get it right.
In 1 second, I just see the movie.
That was a waste of my space in my head.
Yeah.
Can we get rid of that?
Yeah.
Putting
that in the recycling bin or whatever. The trash files.
Like, everything happens too quickly. How did they get him in prison?
Oh yeah, Batman catches him.
Yeah.
Just and the guards. Oh my god, one of the guards says the stupidest line ever.
Wait. Are we already at the prison?
Didn't he go to prison twice?
We catch him. We get him. I've been very patiently waiting for him to go to prison.
Okay, we're there. We're there, baby.
In our discussion, did you notice who the guard was?
Yes, Jesse freaking Ventura, baby.
I was like, wait, what? Now you want to talk about rewinding it? I literally rewound it. I was like, that wasn't Jesse the body.
I was like, what is he doing in this movie, dude?
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, the second I caught it right off the bat, I ain't got time to bleed.
Yeah. It was so funny.
Yeah.
And one of the guards says to Mr. Freeze something like, "You're the common cold, and we're the cure." I'm like, what? Jesus.
Yes.
The dialogue's so bad.
Oh.
Man, it's so bad.
Speaking of one-liners, at the very end of the movie, it's like one of the last one-liners Schwarzenegger gives is when he's going to kill Poison Ivy or whatever, and he's like, "Winter is finally here," and I'm like, oh, because my mind's going to Game of Thrones.
Yeah, me too.
As soon as he was like winter, and I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
I thought he was good. I was like, if it would have just been winter is coming, I would have died. But no, winter is finally here, and
dude, if this movie came out like last year, he would definitely have said winter.
Oh yeah.
He definitely would have said that.
Anyway, yeah, that was super awesome.
Dude, we should review Game of Thrones. Well, not the last season. I hate the last season.
That's weird. Our audio is going to drastically change here because somehow our bass was jacked.
Yeah, I jacked it up because I want to sound manly.
Oh, here, I'll turn it back up then.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
I just looked down at the board and I'm like, why is that so high?
Freaking probably Rolando did that.
I know. He's an asshole.
Dude, stop messing with the board, Rolando, dude.
Jesus.
God. I told him exactly where I want the dials at.
I know.
And he fucks around it.
Next week we might sound hollow compared to this week. Well,
we should have an echoey sound. So we're like
the EQ or something. Yeah.
Next week, Rolando's gonna have us sound like we're in a hallway talking.
Where are we at? What's this? I can't. Nothing. Oh, that's awful.
Oh, whoa.
Hey, wow. No, I give up.
I want to sound like Bane.
Like.
I kind of like this.
There you go. All right. Anyway, so what were we just?
We're just in a cave right now.
We're somewhere.
It's
the Bat Cave.
This almost sounds like an ASMR video.
Oh no.
We should do that.
I can't write up on it.
Have you ever watched an ASMR video?
No, I have. I know what it is, but I haven't watched it.
It's very calming.
Is it?
Yes.
Huh. Interesting.
You must not have ASMR then. I forget what it stands for, but
it's ASMR. It's very. I don't know. People do stupid
audio,
stuff. And
visual.
That's not an S.
Yeah,
ASMR. Visual is not in that set of letters. Anyway, first off, it's all about sound.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. I gotta go right back to. There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, whoa, that was a bit much.
I like it.
All right.
That's cool.
What's this one? Oh, that's nothing. That's lame as hell. Anyway.
I want to sound like Darth Vader.
Yeah, we need like.
Luke, I am your father.
Join me. Together we will rule the galaxy.
It's so stupid. We need a whole episode of us just dicking around with the microphone.
Like we're not reviewing anything.
Well, you know what? This is better than the Movie, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything is better than that movie was. I mean, we're just like.
I'd rather rewatch Twilight than watch that
Oh, that hurts. That's probably. I don't.
Was that a bit too far?
I don't know. I wouldn't. So far, I would not want to rewatch.
Maybe just to watch the second one. Maybe that's what I'm.
Really, we're gonna watch the second one? I don't think so.
Dude.
Like in 6 years, maybe when I've had time to recover.
Yeah. Rest up from it. So where are we at in this?
I don't know.
Movie?
We're Freeze is locked up with Jesse the body. That's where we're at.
And then Poison Ivy sees something in him, and he's like, "We should team up and take over the world." Doesn't she?
Yeah, she shows up there and Bane bursts in the door. What is it? With his suit?
Yeah.
And he's like, a cleaning service that delivers or something. Like, wait, what?
And then Bane goes to break the wall, but it's reinforced steel.
Oh.
And so Mr. Freeze like freezes the pipes.
Yes.
He's like, always winterize your pipes.
What else was there? Hold on.
So Bane couldn't.
She says that we'll kill, my plants are going to take over. Wait, was that in the prison or later? It doesn't matter. She says that the plants are going to take over and kill everyone. They'll be the last two people on Earth.
Yeah.
And I will be Adam, and you will be evil. I'm like, no. It was so bad.
But I like how they escaped just from exploding pipes.
Yes.
Like Bane couldn't break through it.
No.
But freeze some pipes, buddy. Oh, that's gonna cause an explosion.
You ever had your pipes freeze on you? That's not what happens.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah. I don't think they explode like a damn
No,
nuke.
they do not. I mean, they
You
will.
just imagine someone's house explodes. Like, damn, what happened? His pipes froze, dude.
You don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
That was all bad.
Winterize your pipes, dude. You can kiss your house goodbye.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Yeah. Oh, and then he's like, I'll go get my diamond. You get my wife. She's like, well, you never said anything about being married. And I'm like, first off, you went to get him out. You've never met the dude before.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, really.
he didn't say anything, period. You just kind of popped up there. Mm-hmm. I don't know what you're worried about the wife for all of a sudden. And
She should have checked his Facebook page and made sure he was single first.
I mean, he's he was one ugly dude in this movie with his weird, I don't know, bald head and his blue skin, and he had all those girls thirsting after him.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He was popular with the ladies.
If I'm not mistaken, which I very well could be, she was wearing a very ridiculous outfit. But I think the one girl in his, or way earlier in the movie, in his little thing of henchmen, the one girl that's like, hey, I could warm you up.
Yeah.
I think that was the stripper from Independence Day, if I'm not mistaken.
Dude, that's where I was like, she looks familiar.
I think
I've seen her
the second
before.
she came up there, I was like, what are you doing in this movie?
I knew I've seen her before.
Yeah, she's like, I could warm you up. And I'm thinking, first off, the dude's body can't, like, he dies if it's above 0 degrees.
Yeah.
So what do you think's going to happen if he, let's just imagine what temperature that thing is and imagine where it's going to go. You know what I mean?
You're gonna get frostbite. That's all I'm saying.
In a place you don't want frostbite. So then we fast forward to Poison Ivy, and she's like thirsting after the guy too. And I'm like, what is it with these people? Like, does no one realize what's going to happen to them, or do they just really like his company?
It's the blue skin.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna walk around looking like a Smurf from now on, dude.
They're like, I just like the way he talks. I don't know. I can't help myself around him. He's got all the one-liners. Actually, that's not fair. Everybody has one-liners in this movie. True. If you're in this movie, you have a one-liner.
Yeah.
Except for Alfred. He doesn't have one-liners. He's just dropping the philosophy bombs.
The wisdom, baby.
Jeez.
If I ever have a problem, I'm going to him.
I know.
Going to him for advice.
And it's got that plot convenience like crazy. What's gonna happen? Is Alfred gonna get sick with the same weird, random, incurable disease that Dr. Freeze's wife has that he's been working on for the past 30 years?
Yeah,
of course,
dude.
I mean, it's got some weird random name like I forget, but yeah,
McGregor's disease.
Yeah. Where's Connor at?
Yeah. But what got me was Alfred's been living with the Waynes for like his whole damn life, and they like didn't know he had a niece or whatever,
or a brother and a sister, and his brother's a traveling butler.
Yeah. And he's
my brother's hard to find because he's a butler, but he's a traveling butler.
My family is just all butlers, going back generations. My ancestors were butlers to Alexander the Great.
I know.
But yeah, they don't know anything about the dude. They lived with him
Right.
forever. They don't recognize there's something wrong with him.
Right.
Oh, he's
right.
dying? I didn't know.
No, Bruce Wayne figured it out.
Yeah.
Remember? Everyone's like, he's sick, and Bruce Wayne's like, he's not sick. He's dying. Like, wait a second. How
Isn't that the
long
same
have you
thing?
known this?
Yeah, really, dude. Didn't want to say anything.
Did you just figure this out, or have you been sitting on this for a
Yeah.
while?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Or when she shows up and Alfred's she's wearing the effing jacket, like the
From Oxford
the
or
Oxford
someplace?
jacket
Yeah.
or wherever she's from, but the college jacket. And he's like, oh, Alfred's old alma mater or alma mater, whatever. And well, first off, she's shocked. Like, oh, how did you know that? Bitch, you're wearing the jacket, okay? Secondly, Alfred went to college to become a butler? Like,
Dude, he's got a master's in butler.
I know. I'm like, wait a second. He went all the way to England to go to Oxford to get a degree in butler?
That's why he's so good at being a butler, dude.
Why do you think he's dropping the wisdom?
Yeah, I'm not gonna hire a butler with just a bachelor's. Okay,
I know.
like sorry.
Yeah. My butler better be the best.
God, but this.
Oh, you didn't go to Yale? I'm sorry.
Yeah, can you even clean?
Yeah.
But this Batgirl chick, oh my god, she's like she's wearing the Oxford thing, but she's living a double life, dude. She's taking that motorcycle out at night and doing like some
Racing.
underground gang racing.
Yeah.
in her spare
With
time.
way too much black eyeliner.
Yes.
That 90s eyeliner. Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, what's his name? She sneaks out, and Robin figures out that she's sneaking out, and then Robin goes and sneaks out too, and he goes running out of the house in a black leather jacket and black leather pants. I was
Nice.
like, really?
You got
you
to.
you couldn't follow her in any other outfit. It had to be, I don't know.
I like when what's her real name? I feel weird. calling her-
Alicia Silverstone.
Well, I mean, like her character's name. Well, I'll just call her
Oh.
Alicia. It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
But I like how when she sneaks out, she like.
Barbara. Well, it's supposed to. Never mind. I don't know what it is in this movie.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
Because actually, in the comic books, it was Barbara Gordon. She was related to Commissioner Gordon. So this is not the same person, apparently.
I see.
Never mind. So
But
keep going.
I like when she sneaks out one night. She like ties sheets together and goes out the window. I'm like, this is a huge ass mansion with only 5 people living in it. You can't find a door somewhere. Like, I don't think anyone's gonna see you sneak out.
And how many sheets did you just use up?
Yeah, really. Alfred's gonna have to clean those sheets now. They're probably all dirty. God. But yeah. So Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze team up. Are you Googling her name?
No, it says Barbara Gordon. That's not the one I want.
Oh.
Batgirl,
We'll just pretend
Batgirl.
like she's Barbara. Barbara. The only Barbaras I know are like over 50.
I know, right?
Like no one's gonna be naming their little girls Karen nowadays. No one's gonna do it. People would be looking at name popularities and like around 2020. Karen
Barbara
would just be-
Wilson.
Barbara Wilson.
What? Why?
Wow.
Why? Character introduced partway through the movie after arriving unexpectedly.
Wow.
Of course, I don't know. Whatever. Barbara Wilson. They had to change it to get her to be related to Alfred, which was
I see.
whatever. Also, speaking of her being related to Alfred, let's talk about that. We go back to earlier in the conversation where I said her ridiculously inappropriate costume, and she goes down to the Batcave, and and she's like, Alfred's like, yeah, alert, intruder alert. She's
Yeah.
like, but it's me, and I'm like, well, first off, why are you talking to the computer as if it's actually your uncle? And
It's me, Alfred.
And he's like, oh, I suspected you'd come down here, so I took the liberty of setting you up as a complete superhero in and of yourself with your entire costume and all this weird shit.
Oh,
she has her own, like, fucking gadgets.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
I was dying at that part. He's like, I foresaw you would come down here one day, so I took the liberty of making a Batgirl suit for you.
And I also understand that you are my 19-year-old niece, so I took the liberty of making it the most hypersexualized female costume I could possibly. But we're also, in all fairness, this is the guy who put nipples on the bat suit. So I guess it's, you'd look at your niece and go, you know what she needs? A corset and some nipples and some panties on the outside of the, yep.
Like, Uncle Alfred designed our Halloween costumes this year. It's like, I think we're going to pass.
And I don't understand the upgrade to the weird silver. Everybody gets silver detailing on the costume. You notice that at the end of the movie? Mm-hmm. With no justification.
Well, that was what was in that year. Like, fashion's always changing. You gotta keep updating. So silver was just hot around that time.
Yeah. I don't know. The weird third act upgrade in the costume. We still do that to an extent, though.
Yeah.
And in a lot of superhero properties, although they'll try and shoehorn in a stupid reason why we're going to add armor plating because the fight's getting tougher, Or
the bad guy shoots lasers, so I gotta
or Iron Man. Oh no, I upgraded my arc reactor. I need a suit that can handle this arc reactor's power, so we get a real quick. So at least we attempt to upgrade at least
there's a reason for
we attempt to come up with a reason for it, but we still just have the random third act costume upgrade.
Yeah.
That is a trope that we have not let go of yet.
Yep. And their cars got an upgrade too.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Robin was in like a hovercraft or something with that big fan behind him? Did you notice?
No, I didn't.
Like, what's he doing in a hovercraft?
I don't know.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, so stupid. I can't.
So where are we at now? Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze team up.
Yeah.
But Poison Ivy is kind of the jealous type, so she accidentally trips over the plug that was keeping Mr. Freeze's wife alive.
Right.
She's like, I don't like competition.
And
Kick.
And she doesn't even try to, I don't know, sell it that, like, she cares. Yeah. She goes back, she's like, oh, she's dead.
She has no sympathy.
Oops, whatsoever. Batman did it. And he's like, no.
She doesn't give a shit. She just killed somebody. And if that was like a house plant, if that was Mr. Freeze's house plant and not his wife, oh my God, she would do everything to save that damn thing.
Right. But
it's just a human being. Fuck
Take
that.
out the diesel plant down the road. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know. It was. Yeah, but now we're working together. They team up for no reason. There is no logical reason for these two people to team up, but they do.
But Mr. Freeze's motivation changes once his wife dies.
Oh yeah,
like Poison Ivy's like, sorry, Batman killed your wife. Batman, he's just a big evil dude. He's like, oh my God.
Now we're just gonna burn the world.
No, I'm just gonna watch the world burn.
now we're Joker from The Dark Knight.
Some men just want to watch the world freeze. Some men don't have any motivation.
That's too. Oh my God. A freeze is coming.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Every line he said was something like cool party. Chill.
I love it. It was too good.
So really their plan was to take over this telescope, turn it into a giant freezy gun, and freeze the city. Mm-hmm. I'm like, wouldn't it fall then when the sun came up?
I don't know what, but because he was going to hold the city for ransom. Oh. That's right. He's going to freeze it, and then he was going to hold the city for ransom. They were going to give him billions of dollars, and then he was going to spend said billions of dollars on research for his wife.
Oh, to bring it back alive.
Yes. Yeah, I did catch that part of the story. Now, what I lost track of was was later on, because I was actually keeping up for a while.
Yeah.
And then it got to the end of the movie, and there was this big countdown, like the clock's ticking to midnight, and if we don't unfreeze the city by midnight.
Yeah, I was so confused by it.
I'm like, but what happens?
Yeah.
What happens at midnight? Why is this so... We have 7 minutes. I'm like...
What's going to happen?
Or what? Like,
Yeah, that just added to the suspense because we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It was so... I didn't care.
Yeah.
I couldn't have cared less because I didn't understand what the fucking rush was for. It's like they're already blocks of plastic ice.
Yeah.
You know?
And the sun's going to come up in 6 hours anyway and melt it all.
And I mean, are they going to all suddenly magically die of hypothermia at the exact same instant? If you don't, I don't know. If there was a reason for that countdown to midnight, I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, I couldn't.
And I didn't care enough to rewind it.
Yeah. I was like, I think I missed something, but I just don't care.
I know. Yeah, I got his motivations and stuff, but that clock countdown just...
Yeah. If there's any Batman fans
somebody please let me know.
Please comment what was the big rush. What would happen in 7 minutes? Because I have no idea.
Yeah, and it was a very specific time, wasn't it? Midnight?
Yeah.
We were counting down literally to midnight by the minute.
Because I was like, I missed something. I got to rewind it. But then I saw how close I was to the end of the movie. I'm like, no, I made it this far, dude. I'm almost done. Let's get this fucking thing over.
Right, yeah. I'm done. We're not going back.
Yeah.
We are past the point of no return on this one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
My Lord. But I don't understand.
He's like, it'll never target with those mirrors frozen like that. And they both jump down, and there's like a mirror that's like 8 inches tall or something. The littlest mirror you've ever seen. And they're down there with their little guns, like, pew! Like, their little laser guns. The heat thawing. Oh my God, I don't know.
But before that, Poison Ivy, remember that big battle with Poison Ivy? Because Poison Ivy, she like takes over the bat signal, turns it into the Robin symbol. And then Robin's like, hey, check it out.
Yeah.
That's my symbol in the sky, Batman. What up now? You just jealous, bitch.
Yeah.
So he shows up, and but Batman tells Robin, hey, man, don't trust it. It's a trick. Poison Ivy just wants to kill you, whatever.
Yeah. Well, and Robin doesn't believe him until Batman quotes Robin from earlier in the movie, and all of a sudden Robin's like, "Oh, he finally gets me.
Yeah,
my father figure gets me.
He finally understands." So he shows up to Poison Ivy's place, and Poison Ivy's all seducing him, and they kiss. And I'm like, "Oh, Robin's dead. Her lips are venom, dude."
Come on now. Nobody even back then, nobody was like, oh my God, Robin's gonna die.
Yeah. And then he like peels this stupid shit off his lips. It's like rubber lips are immune to your charms. I'm like, oh my God. At least he brought protection. You know what I mean? At least he was smart enough to do that.
Yeah.
And then this epic little oh my God. Batman shows up, and Poison Ivy is like, my vines have a crush on you, or something stupid like that, and these vines come out of nowhere and grab Batman, and I'm like, oh no.
While Robin gets to fight Bane.
Yeah.
What the? Really?
Yeah.
That's not how that's supposed to go down at all.
But they're kind of not doing too hot. They're kind of, they're struggling, but luckily...
Yeah.
Batgirl shows up.
Yes, she does, doesn't she?
She shows up to save
in her
the
heels.
day. Yep. Wow.
Oh my God. Oh.
But what I didn't understand was she kicks Poison Ivy or something. You know, when they introduced her, when Robin first showed up, she's in like this flower, and the flower opens up like that. And then Alicia Silverstone kicks her back into the flower, and the flower goes... I'm like, she was just chilling in that thing like 15 minutes ago, and now all of a sudden it's attacking her?
Yeah, now it wants her dead.
I'm like, what?
No, I don't know. No. Oh, God.
Maybe she forgot to feed the plant. It was probably a Venus flytrap.
Although it was really, it was kind of self-aware in a way that I thought I was like, oh wow, like I was shocked. This movie's this old, and she shows up and she's like, I'm Batgirl, and Batman is like, well, isn't that what about the PC crowd? Is that what shouldn't it be like Bat person? And I'm like, oh no, like we've been bickering and arguing about, now this was 1997.
Yeah.
It's 2021 and we're still like woke culture is still just rampant. And now, well, of course, now it's not the PC police anymore. Back in the 90s, it was the PC police. Now it's just you're the woke people because, proper English is not allowed anymore. Like just the fact that we use words like woke just hurts my brain.
I like it just because it's fun to say.
like,
bro, I'm so woke.
I'm so woke. Yeah, you're also not pretentious either because no amount of pretension will allow for that word to even be said. So
I'm pretty sure these stupid PC offended by everything people have been around forever.
Yeah.
But they're just more vocal because we got Twitter.
Yeah.
We got Facebook.
I totally forgot that PC was a thing back then until Batman called it out. Like, shouldn't it be a Bat person? I'm like, oh my God, we've been doing this for that long.
God, we've been fighting the SJWs this long.
I'm surprised they didn't call out the fact that they were wearing heels.
Yeah, really.
Well, what's her name? She called out. One of the two women were fighting, I forget, and they were all calling each other on their crap because it was girls don't act like that anymore. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, you're both wearing skin tight clothes and heels. Get over
With
it.
nipples. So
Yeah. Although, what's her name? Poison Ivy was like, I don't fight. I have Bane to do that for me. And she never fights anyone the whole movie. I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of cool. Until the girl shows up, Batgirl. Yeah. All of a sudden, it's a cat fight. And I'm like, wait a second. I thought you didn't fight Poison Ivy, oh, well.
But when another girl shows up. She doesn't like competition.
She apparently doesn't hit boys she fights. Yeah, she doesn't.
Like a younger, prettier girl shows up. And she's like, bitch, it's on. Yeah. I don't like competition.
You got your wife? Your wife's dead. Yeah. The young, pretty girl, I'm taking her out too. Yep.
I'm going to be the only woman around.
Absolutely. Right? Although I would have I totally preferred Uma Thurman anyway. She was much more fun. And the voice of Alicia in this movie, I don't know if she was, I can't really remember her in many other movies, but that was so obnoxious.
I remember her from Clueless.
And I'm like, oh, just everything she said, I was like, it was like nails on a chalkboard to me.
Yeah. I just kept thinking back to her character in Clueless, so I couldn't really take her seriously as Batgirl.
I couldn't take her seriously as anything. All that.
I couldn't even take this movie seriously, so
all
I guess
that
it doesn't
eyeliner.
matter.
Oh my gosh. Anyway,
so they're fighting Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
And the city's frozen, and for some reason they gotta unfreeze it fast for some unknown reason. And so Batman's like, hey, what if we just program these satellites in a certain way so they reflect the sun from the other side of the planet, and that sunlight will thaw the city.
Because satellites function as mirrors now.
Apparently. Yeah.
They're not, never mind. I don't know. Yeah. They're not mirrors. They're satellites. It was so bad. Anyway, yeah, so we get it thought. Oh, wait, no, it takes a computer genius, remember?
Oh, yeah. Luckily, Batgirl's there.
Exactly. Yeah, because plot convenience again.
Because we saw her skills when she tried to hack into Alfred's computer earlier in the movie. Remember that? She was like, let me try this. Wayne? No. Password 1234? No. And then she looks at a picture of his, his wife? His
sister.
His sister,
His
Peg.
sister. Yeah, Peg.
She's like, Peg?
You know what I was thinking? Is I don't know how this worked in 1997, but apparently it worked like that, where you just start putting random shit in until you get in.
Yeah,
If this was 2021, Like, she would have put in 3 attempts and it would have been like, maxed out your attempts, system's locked down for the next 24 hours, come back tomorrow. I was like,
You're locked out.
I know, when she just kept trying and trying and trying, I'm like, that's not how that works.
And when Alfred went to put his password in as just Peg, it would be like, this password's pretty weak. Okay?
He would have got
It's
flagged
just
by Google.
3 letters.
I know. And yeah, it would have been like, please set up your password for this device. And it would have been like, Peg. It would have been like, insufficient. Try again.
Are you an idiot, dude? You're really going to go with Peg.
Password must be, wait, no, it won't even let you do it. It's like, password must be at least 6 characters long and contain letters and numbers and capitals. You're like, but I really wanted just Peg.
I just wanted Peg. That's my sister's name.
Yeah. Well, computers were really in their infancy back then. Nobody even had. People were like, "Oh my gosh!" the I noticed this too way earlier. And speaking of computers, way earlier in the movie, Bruce Wayne turns on his computer, and on the home screen, you know how back in the 90s you would have had My Computer, right? The My Computer, it had a Batman logo. Hold on, and it said Bat Computer.
Oh my god!
Instead of my, and it was right where the My Computer, like you would have had My Computer on your desktop, but he had Bat Computer. I was thinking it was too good.
There's just so many little things like that you just face palm.
I know.
Like there was one time where Robin was riding his motorcycle and he burst through a door, and the hole he made was his Robin symbol.
I didn't see that.
I was like, "Are you kidding me, dude?"
I didn't see that.
I'm just watching the whole movie like
it hurt. It really did hurt.
Palm on face.
Yeah, it was bad. Good. I mean, it was wonderful. I loved it.
So would you say this is the worst DC movie ever?
Yeah. I don't even think that's a competition.
Yeah.
I really don't.
What about the first Justice League?
Ooh, the Justice League?
The Justice League. This is definitely worse than Justice.
This is worse.
There's no way. This was just terrible.
Yeah, it was. It was by far the worst. I can't
Probably one of the worst superhero movies ever.
Yeah.
I can't even think of it. Maybe going way back
to what?
To like the Hulk TV series or Spider-Man TV series or something from like the 60s.
The Spider-Man where he had like the screens for eyes.
Yeah. You'd have to go way back to get worse than this movie.
It was awful. It was really... There's a reason... I mean, there's a reason why it killed Batman for 10 years.
Yeah.
11? Was it 11 years? We don't go that long without a Batman movie.
Dude, it was like 2006 or 5 or
It was something. A long time
Batman
before
Begins.
Now we're about ready. We're gearing up to have 3 on-screen Batman at the same time. Wow. Well,
Ben Affleck.
Well, there's going to be 2 in the same movie, and then simultaneously that movie is going to be released with the other Batman movie. So we'll have 3 functioning Batman out because Ben Affleck's coming back.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton is coming back. I'm so stoked for that.
Dude,
I'm super excited to see how that works. Even if the movie sucks, just to see Michael Keaton as old man Batman, but the same Batman from 1989, like he's resuiting up as the 1989 Batman, just old. I'm like, yes, please.
Yes.
And he's going to be in the same movie with Ben Affleck. So they'll be the 2 Batman in the same movie. So
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, Ben Affleck's Batman alongside of Michael Keaton's Batman, while in the theaters or whatever, however you want to look at it, Pattinson's going to be doing the Robert Pattinson.
I'm interested to see what he does.
Robert Pattinson, is that what we're calling him?
Pattinson. Yeah.
Is that what we're calling him?
It works.
Well, it was, what was the other one? Batfleck. So we have Batfleck and Pattinson.
You can't really do that with Michael Keaton's name.
No, you can't. It's okay.
That's why he's the best, because you just can't mess with the name.
But my point is we have so many Batman, such a property,
Yep. Which one's your favorite?
My favorite Batman?
Yeah.
Oh.
Favorite Batman movie?
Movie? Like
Yeah.
Singular movie. Oh, Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
Done. Not even a question. Wow. That's my favorite Batman movie. My favorite Batman. Oh, that's so hard. That's so hard.
Michael Keaton was just so good.
I know. I want to say Michael Keaton, but what's his name was also super good. Christian Bale. Yeah. Christian Bale was also so good. Best singular Batman movie.
I really loved the very first one.
Batman.
That Joker, dude.
Better than The Dark Knight.
I love The Dark Knight, though. See, it's like a toss-up between The Dark Knight and the first Batman.
Yeah. I really, and as much as I think I'm in the minority here, maybe I should go back and rewatch it. But everybody dogs on how bad Batman Returns was. And I remember really, really liking Batman Returns.
I liked it.
With Michelle Pfeiffer. And
the Penguin was a little over the top.
I liked how dark and gritty and creepy. Like he's just gnawing on raw fish. And you're like, this is unsettling. Like, I guess people, purists are like, but that's not what the Penguin's supposed to be. But you know what? When I was growing up, that shit was creepy.
Yeah, I loved it, dude. I loved it. And that one, what's his name? He's in it.
Christopher Walken?
Yes, dude. he pushes Catwoman out a window.
Bye.
It's like, damn. He was so great.
She walks in, honey, I'm home. Oh, wait, I forgot. I'm not married.
Yeah.
Every time. I don't know.
But that was so sad, though.
She was so hot in that movie. I'm sorry.
Yes. Because Michael Keaton, like, if these two met under any other certain circumstances, they could have hit it off. But because she's Catwoman and he's Batman, they can't. Mm-hmm. They're at odds.
Right.
I was just like, damn it.
Yeah. Anyway, so, that first one was so good.
I love the soundtrack, too. I remember listening to, like, Face to Face by Susie and the Banshees, like, over and over. I love Susie and the Banshees. They're like a goth band from the 80s.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to have to say that I think I like Michael Keaton best as Batman. I really do.
Yeah.
Just as good as what's his name, Christian Bale was. I don't know. There's some things that
Swear
to me.
Yeah.
You're like,
There's just that look. There's something about Michael Keaton's look.
Mm-hmm.
He has that stare. Like, I don't know. I can't explain it. He just looks so good in the mask.
Or one of my favorite scenes of all, and it's another one that people dog on, but I loved it, was him going ridiculous in the fire with the fireplace stick. He's like, "You want to get nuts? Come on!" And I'm like, "What the fuck is happening here?" But I like Michael Keaton. He's really actually amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale of the moonlight? It's like, what? I love that.
Oh my God. Did you ever see Birdman?
No.
You've never seen Birdman?
Nope.
Dude, go watch Birdman. It's amazing. There's a reason that he was nominated for Best Actor.
I gotta check it out.
And I forget, I'll have to look up. We ain't got time. We got to shut this down real soon, so we don't have time. But I got to look up who won Best Actor, because I just remember being just utterly furious that they did not give that to Michael Keaton. Because oh my God. I was like, this movie sounds silly, and I don't know if I like it, and everybody keeps talking up this Birdman movie, and I watched it, and I was like, oh my God. Like,
really?
It's like a struggling actor, or not struggling, he was Birdman. They picked Michael Keaton, who was like the best actor ever, because he's an actor who was Birdman, and Birdman was a superhero, and he was super popular, and now his career is like basically fledgling, and he's a nobody.
Yeah.
But he was super famous at one, and he's going to revive his career by creating a stage play, and he's going to write, direct, and star in a stage play to resurrect his career after it's now in the dumps. And that's it. But it's about this guy who's real down and out, used to be real famous, and now he's a nobody, and he's going to try and resurrect his career. But it's kind of filmed as like a one-take movie.
Really?
Whereas, like, it's the camera follows him everywhere, and they just kind of talk, and then it's not done in one take, but they hide the cuts so it looks like from the start of the movie to the end of the movie, it's just like a walking camera that follows everybody, and most of it's in like this playhouse as they go back and forth, and it's him and Edward Norton, and they're just so good, both of them. Go watch it. Anyway, so best Batman movie, I don't know. Best Batman, Michael Keaton. Come on, let's be real.
Yeah, let's be real about that.
This movie, I can't even give it a star. I'm going to give it a half a star, dude.
I'm going to agree
Is it
with
zero?
you on that.
Can we give it 0? Are we allowed to do that?
no
Or do we have to give it a number value? It's either 0 or a half.
Yeah.
Whatever I'm legally allowed to give this the lowest. Legally.
Yeah.
It's our
How about half of a star?
It's our podcast, and we're like, I don't know who makes the rules here.
I give it a 1/4 of a star.
The lowest I can legally give it on my own damn podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we're not going to recommend this movie to anybody?
I recommend it to nobody.
Yeah.
I recommend if you want to be a happy person, you never fucking watch this shit.
Yeah. Unless you really want to waste 2 hours and you got nothing else to do. But dude, trust me, I could find anything else to do.
Oh my God, I know. I'd sit.
Anything else.
I'd sit and
I would
paint dry, watch paint dry, meditate, and I do not meditate.
just
That's some new age bullshit right there.
I'd rather just play with a stick, dude. I just pretend it was a lightsaber.
But you would do that normally, though.
Yeah, it's true. I was doing that while watching this movie. I'm like,
I know. Yep. Half a star, 0 stars. However low I can get that. This was the worst movie so far.
Yes.
By far.
I literally had to. It just wore me out watching this. I had to force myself to watch it.
I know. All right. Well, anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Anybody out there? We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Which is, so far it's been Tuesdays. It'll eventually change. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
New videos go up on my channel all the time. Rammel Broadcasting is the YouTube, and Rammel and the BoeGod is the podcast, which actually does not have our audio version up yet. Hopefully I get that up today. Well, as of this being posted, God knows when today's going to be. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Thank you. Have a good time.
Peace out.
Peace out.
We'll keep going till YouTube shuts us down.
That's right.